they are, when these activities involve a human being, the criminals, they use social engineering to get to make a human being act in a way they want to. So I'll give you an example. If someone calls you and then they say, I am a student representative from your faculty, and I am asking you to verify your student numbers so that you can be registered for a course, or the lecturer is marking, and they want to get all your names, and they want to make sure that they add you to a group or something like that, or they want to verify your details if you paid your fees and stuff like that. That's how they manipulate you into acting into a certain way they want, and then they can tell you that we send you a code and then you have to send us that code back. It's a scenario that happened. There was a certain student who had their WhatsApp hacked using that trick. It was something that the person who was committing the crime, he just went on Facebook, and then they saw that the person is a student at Great Zimbabwe University. Then they used that information, and then they tricked them into giving them the WhatsApp verification code. And then in a split of in a matter of seconds, they were booted out of their social media accounts. So it's something that criminals, they exploit. Then we talk of why psychology matters when we talk of cybersecurity. What happens is cyber criminals, they don't guess passwords, but they just start people. So when I said it is a game of psychology, there are certain avenues which they exploit. They exploit fear, they exploit temptation, they exploit trust, they exploit lack of attention, they also exploit um, curiosity. So what happens with fear is that they know that if they give you a scenario that gives you fear, you will act without even thinking, and you act promptly. So, for example, here, they can say your line is blocked, or there has been suspicious activity on your account. So, if you want your account to not to be blocked, you have to verify your details. Then they ask you to provide your PIN, or for your bank. They ask you to provide your PIN or to provide something. Then just because you want to, you are afraid of losing your account or losing something, then you basically or automatically act in a way they want. Then they also like they exploit temptation. What is it that they do? They can say you have won something, you have won a laptop as a student. Normally you want to get the laptop, then they ask you to pay maybe a $5, or the transportation fees, which is $49 using DHL or FedEx, something like that. So they also exploit trust, as I said. They can say it's someone that you know, or even a relative. They can say, your relative, I am your relative. I'm at the border right now. I'm having trouble or problems with the customs, or I'm having problems with my permit or my stuff like that. Then they ask you to send money. So you ask yourself, how this person get to know me if it's not my relative? How they get to know? But we leave a lot of information about ourselves online. There are platforms like those fake employment platforms where you go and put all your details. Then you leave your details, your phone number, your ID number, your full name, your next of kin. You even upload your academic certificates, you upload your ID, you upload everything about yourself. That's where they get your information. You go on social media whenever your relative is traveling to South Africa or to United Kingdom. You go and post on your social media, thank God, congratulations, and stuff like that. Then they collect all that information, and then once they collect that information, they know that you trust your relative. They are traveling, they need help, it's urgent. Then you send the money, you lose your money. That's how they exploit these avenues. So if you don't pay attention uh, as well, you can be tempted to act in a way that the criminals want you to act in. For example, let's say they can clone a website and then change the URL which is maybe we can call it the domain, the URL. They change. Maybe they can just shift the number, the letters, the I and the E, or maybe just the 2 letters, the tweak, or the V and the W. They replace W with V, or replace V with W, or they replace M with W. If you don't pay close attention, you will definitely fall into that scam and you get hacked. So basically, the cyber criminals, they don't use sophisticated methods in trying to hack you, but they play with our minds. They play around our human behavior, how we interact, how we react to scenarios, how we feel, how we think, and then they use that against us. Then we look at in my presentation. So we talk about the student's digital life, where risks begin. Where are these risks coming from? So as the students, they spend most of their time online. Students spend most of their time in WhatsApp groups. They spend most of their time searching for scholarships, for jobs, for attachments. They spend most of their time checking their emails from school, or even from senders, which they don't know, or even from the prospective employers, where they send their emails. They spend most of their time on those emails. Also, students, they want free Wi-Fi. They will be connecting Wi-Fi on campus or anyway. And also, the students, they are posting on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, buying data online, or even buying second-hand mobile devices. So it's convenient and it's quick, but at the same time, these are the avenues the criminals, the cyber criminals, know that this is where you spend most of your time. So they have to understand your behavior on these platforms. They have to understand how you interact with each other on these platforms. They get to understand, who do you talk to, what do you talk about, what do you do when you are on these platforms. Once they get that information, they use that information against you, and they use that information to trick you into acting according to the way they want. So why is it students are the prime target of cyber crimes? They know that the students are constantly looking for these opportunities. The students, they share a lot of their information on social media. And students, they normally trust too easily, especially if the message or the email, it looks official. And they also know that the students, they use free Wi-Fi. And they know that students, somehow, somewhere, they are lazy to verify details. So they act fast. So this is how the cyber criminals understand our mindset and understand our behavior and understand how we act online and on using our devices. So let's say you are looking for an opportunity, and then someone says, send your details quickly. You have to send all your information. You are just giving them your information. But if you don't pay attention that the platform where I am sending my details is not even related to the company they say they are representing, it means you are giving your information away for free. You share a lot of information about yourself, about your birthdays, about where you go out, so now they create a situation or a scenario where you met at a certain event or a certain occasion. Then by doing so, they are building authenticity, that you can trust them. That how can a person know if the person was there? Then they know me, we know them, and then they assume a character, or they assume an identity of your close relative, or of your friend, of your colleague, and then they can now proceed to the next step, which is to ask you for certain details. Then you provide those details confidently, yet you are losing out. So when you are using free internet, let's say you are using free internet, do you know that if you are using free internet, the administrator of the Wi-Fi, they can see your information, they can steal your information, they can see what is inside your devices as well. So you have to make sure that whenever you are using these public Wi-Fis and public hotspots, you have to make sure that your device is encrypted or is secure, or even to use VPN. I always encourage people to use VPN because it also secures your devices. Then lastly, you have to think before you click. You don't have to act like you are in a rush, right? So I'll give you an example of common scams that target students here in Zimbabwe, the ones that I've seen, the ones that are happening right now. So there are fake job offers from UNDP, from World Vision, from the big NGOs here in Zimbabwe. And for those who have been following social media, you have seen that so many times these big organizations, they post on their social media that this is a scam, this is what, this is what. And if you want to spot a scam, they always tell you to send to maybe to 5 people or to 10 people or to 15 people. And normally, whenever you are interacting with those platforms, there will be a deadline or a number of people who have already joined, or a number of people who have already applied, or maybe there is a countdown of the time, a cutoff time for you to submit your application. So those are red flags, and you have to make sure that you are very aware. So whenever you receive a job offer, or whenever you receive or you see any link that says it's a job opportunity, you have to check that, is it linked to the company that they say that is being said to be hiring? If it's not linked, it's a scam. You are giving away your information, which is going to be used. The same information that you use can be sold on dark website, on dark webs. And when that information is sold on dark webs, the criminals, they buy that information, they can assume your identity, or the information that you have been providing there, it's going to be sold on dark web. So you have to understand that your interaction, whatever you are doing, or when you are using your mobile devices, that information that you are putting there, you are not safe. You are not safe at all. So you have to understand that whenever you are giving out your information, you do it responsibly, and you have to think before you just say submit, or before you just upload, or before you click your PIN, or you put your password. Then there are fake scholarship messages. Congratulations, you have been selected to the UK scholarship. Then they say you have to pay application fee via EcoCash. Those are the most common scholarship scams that I've seen. Or the others, they say, congratulations, you received a scholarship, which is a 50% scholarship. Then you have to pay the 100%. It's a scam, guys. Don't entertain those. As long as it's coming from a third party. The scholarships, they only come from an official organization that is giving a scholarship. If it is an organization, it has to be official. If it is a university that is giving a scholarship, it has to be a university that is giving a scholarship. And most of all, you have to make sure that you don't just give away money. You don't just pay money without verifying. Once you see yourself paying money without verifying, or paying money using EcoCash, using Mukuru, using Inbox, using what, not going direct to the bank, know that the probability is very high that you are being scammed, because all the big companies, they work with banks. They don't work with EcoCash. They don't work with these mobile money transfer services. Then there are certain EcoCash scams or phishing scams that I've seen. They can tell you that your EcoCash account has been suspended due to suspicious activity that has been happening on your account. So you click here to reactivate. When you click there, it will prompt you to enter your EcoCash PIN. Then those sites or those platforms which you are putting your PIN, the one which is on the back end of that site gets to see your PIN, or you can even give them your own one-time password on your own, and then they hack your account, they get your information, they steal your money, they steal your data. Then there are also these fake gadget deals, like They can say, get a new iPhone for $70, limited in stock, inbox now. Then you think that you can get an iPhone 16 for $70. A lot of people have been falling to that scam. Once you entertain those people, you go into their inbox and then they play around with you. You end up paying them the money, and then you lose your money. There are also these fake online jobs. There is the one which is trending these days. So I have to tell you about this. There is the one that is trending these days. If you are using Telegram, there will be a number that will text you and they tell you that we are from the global hotels, what, something like that. We work with global hotels. So the hotels, they pay us to advertise on their behalf. So what you need to do is you just go and review the hotels. Then they give you the hotels that you have to review. They tell you to send back a screenshot. Then they tell you to register on a platform, which is absolutely fake. Then they tell you that you send a screenshot whenever you do anything. Send a screenshot. So what they want to do is to program you to think that it's authentic, because they want screenshots. They want to see if I'm doing the task. Then they tell you that by the end of the month, you earn around 2,000 US dollars if you work, if you do this, if you do this. Then they tell you that now you have to activate your account, so you have to pay $6.50, or you have to pay $32, or you have to pay $200 so that you can receive offers that are $200 per day. Then if you are greedy, you just go ahead and pay $200. There is a certain lady here in Masvingo. Recently, this month, she lost a lot of money to these scams. And then when they came to me, I told them that to go to Econet, but it was already too late, just because they wanted to get rich too fast. Or maybe they didn't pay attention to the details, or maybe they were not aware of these scams. So now I hope that people who are listening right now, you guys, you are not going to fall for this scam, because basically it's a game of psychology. You cannot be manipulated in this way. So there are also these random group WhatsApps. They tell you to send this to 5 people, and then if you send to 5 people, congratulations, you have 150 gigabytes of data. Now, what they say, what they always do is that if you want to win 50 gig of free data, Econet is giving data for free. Then they tell you that send to 15 people. Then after that, they will tell you that now send me your phone number. I want to activate you for the 50 gig data. Then they tell you that I send you an activation code. Can you send me that code? Once you send, it's either they take your money in your EcoCash. Maybe they will be using your EcoCash for some online payments, or they will be registering it on WhatsApp. Then you either lose your money, or you either lose your WhatsApp account. Then they start to send your relatives messages saying that you are in trouble and you need money urgently, so they have to send the money. Already they have got your EcoCash password. They can do whatever they want. So these are some of the things that you have to look into, and you have to be very, very conscious, and you have to pay more attention whenever you are interacting with your devices online. Then we talk of the psychology behind clicking. Like I said before, the hackers, they don't break in. So there is this world-renowned hacker. His name is Kelvin. It means he said the hackers, they don't break in. They just log in. And how do they do it? We give them the passwords. We give them all the information they need. And then they just use that. So it's all about psychology. It's not about anything else. So what they do, the hackers, the first thing that they do, the cyber criminals, they don't hack the computers first, they hack the mind. They understand how people think, especially when they are under pressure, when they are hopeful, when they are afraid of missing out, when they want something quickly. And that's how they exploit our mind. That's psychology. That's how hackers gain access to a lot of these devices, and that's how they commit the crimes. So I'll give you some examples of how psychological triggers are used in cyber crimes. So number one, what they do is they use agents. They use agents. So how do they use agents? They know that if they tell you that there is an offer. Okay, so let's look at these screenshots. I took them from my emails. Someone was trying to hack me, so they were just trying their lucky on me. So they said Gmail internet. If you look at the spelling of internet, that spelling is wrong. It's INTIR net, something like that. So they are saying Gmail internet. Subscription termination notice. Your subscription is closed at 606 2025 final warning. Then they proceeded to say, we have tried to reach your account several times with notifications and alerts, but we did not receive any response from you. Renew your subscription because you are now unprotected against cyber attacks and hackers. For your security, we strongly recommend renewing your subscription. If you have not renewed your membership within 48 hours, your account will be closed. So here, they are using so many tricks in just one message. Number one, they want to act like they are authentic. They are saying Gmail internet, but if you look at the spelling of internet, that's red flag number one. The spelling of internet is wrong. So automatically, you have to know that this is not correct. Now they are saying they've tried to reach me several times. While they did not reach me several times, now they are putting the account details and everything. Like this is my invoice where I have to pay my money. Then they are saying you are now unprotected against cyber attacks and hackers. They are now using fears. Because I'm afraid of being attacked by cyber criminals and hackers, I will act promptly within 48 hours to look for the money which they want. So now they are saying if you haven't renewed your membership within 48 hours, your account will be closed. So these are the triggers. They are using agents. They are saying within 48 hours, which is the agent's part. So now, if you click on the link, it's either they are going to use once you click that link, maybe it's a phishing or a malware that you can install on your computer. That's number one. Or else you are going to pay money to them for nothing. So they win the psychological game, and now they are stealing from you. That's number one. So once you look, you see something like this within your emails or your messages or everything, that's a red flag. You have to check the spellings first. You have to check everything that they are talking about. Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, then it means it's a scam. Then number two, they use fear. From the previous example, we demonstrated how they use fear. So I used this example. For example, they are saying there is a problem with your EcoCash. Your money might be lost. Call this number now. Once you call the number, the person will tell you that, okay, I'm now fixing your EcoCash account. I'm going to send you a verification code, like what I have said before. So once you send them that verification code, they gain access to your account, or they are making an online payment using your number, then you lose your money. What is happening now? Fear short circuit logic. So psychologically, fear it short circuit logic. So you are now thinking about losing your money, not whether the message is fake or is authentic. So they now gain access to your money using fear. Number three, they use curiosity. So for example, see who viewed your profile. So they put a link. Then after putting the link, you just want to see who viewed my profile. Then automatically you are hacked. So there are websites that automatically takes your details. They can prompt you to say, put your password, your username or your password, so that you can get to view who viewed your profile. Then they get access to your accounts. Or a shocking update, you won't believe this. So you want to see what is happening there. Then they use that against you. I remember there was this other time when these Facebook amateur hackers, they would send a link of something that looks like maybe it's maybe a crime or a crime scene or something like that. Then they say, this person looks like you. View. Then once you do that, they prompt you or they ask you to put your username and password. So don't fall to these scams. So what happens with curiosity? It grabs your attention, especially if something feels secret or exclusive. Then just because you want to know, you go ahead and click. So now, what is it that we are talking about here? We are saying you have to think before you click. Right. So number 4, what is it that they do? They use greedy or temptation. So here's an example. These guys, they sent me an email. They said, we would like to offer you a unique opportunity to receive a brand new Medicare kit. To claim, simply take a short survey about your experience with CVS. Then they said, attention, this survey offer expires today. Then they said, start survey. Then they proceeded to send me another message. They said, don't miss out. A Medicare is yours. Over 4 million in offers given out so far. Look at this. If you are greedy, you just go ahead and click. You start the survey. Then they will ask you questions. They will ask you to put your home details, where they are going to deliver. They will ask you everything. Then at last, they will ask you to put a transportation fee. So what happens now? You are going to pay them money for something that you don't even know whether it's there. But just because you are greedy, you will fall for that scam. So we are here to build awareness and to enlighten each other how these criminals exploit greediness or temptation. Even if it sounds fishy, the brains, it outweighs the reward more than the risk. So this is how our brains act if you are not aware. So that's how they exploit psychology. And number 5, they use trust in authority. For example, here are examples. Hello, I'm calling from Econet. So once you hear someone saying I'm calling from Econet, you start to treat them or to listen to them, to listen to what they are saying, because they are in authority. Or they say, hello, I'm your lecturer's assistant. Please confirm your student number. Just like that, you especially this time, when they say confirm your student number, you are afraid that if I don't act now, maybe I might not see my results, or maybe my marks are not going to be entered. And then you fall to that scam. They get access to your student account and stuff like that. They get access to a lot of information about you. So what happens, the psychological part of it, we are trained to obey authority figures, especially when they sound like they know what they are doing. So normally, we have to be very, very aware. Whenever someone we don't know, they start a conversation with us and then they claim to be someone in authority, someone whom we respect, we have to act very, very vigilantly. You have to know that those are the tricks that the cyber criminals use. So these tactics works because they are psychological shortcut. That's how they work. These tactics, they are psychological shortcuts. So if it sounds urgent, you respond fast most of the time. If it's a good deal, you grab it before it's gone. That's how the psychological shortcuts work. So if someone looks official, we simply believe them. So this is how the criminals on the internet, or criminals who are using these tech devices, they exploit this. They know this. They are very smart. But we also have to be smarter. So, but when you are online, these shortcuts are exactly what the cyber criminals use against us. They use these tactics and they work so many times. Why do I say they work? The statistics, they say it. as I said when I started this conversation, when I said the cyber security venture found out that the industry is about 10.5 trillion, which is the third largest world economy. It means they realized that a highest percentage of people, they respond to these psychological shortcuts, and then they have been working. But now it's time for us to build resilience and to build awareness and to understand from a psychological perspective before we look at the technological perspective, because the criminals, before they hack the computer, they hack the human being first. They have to hack the human being, and they have to use psychology to do so. So these are some of the examples of social engineering. What is social engineering? We have said social engineering, it is when someone uses psychological manipulation to trick you into doing something, like revealing personal information or clicking dangerous links or sending money. So they don't hack you with the code. They hack you by building trust and exploiting that trust. As I was saying, that someone I remember. Let me tell you a story about what happened to my young brother. There was this guy. He was from Nigeria. No, from Benin. So he wanted to scam him. He didn't tell me about what happened to him. So the person said he is from UK. They bought a number online. You can buy numbers, any numbers online. I don't. Maybe the Zimbabwe numbers, they are the ones that you cannot buy online. So you can buy virtual numbers for any country that you want, and then you can start to text from those locations. So he bought a UK number, started to build a relationship for about a month, and then they said that person is terminally ill. Someone was texting saying he's terminally ill. So the person was very happy with my young brother. So they wanted to give him a gift. They said they put 2 laptops in a package, and then they put $500. So he wanted the money from me. He came to me and said, I want $50. My package is at Benin, and it has to come to Zimbabwe now. So I have to send money for DHL via Mukuru. And I said, can you tell me the background of the story before I give you the money to send to your friend? Then he started to say, I said, have you ever had a video call with this so-called friend of yours? He didn't have anything like that. So I realized that they build trust over a long period of time. So this is how they use social engineering. So you don't have to fall a victim to these scams. Whenever they come to you, you have to recognize them, and you also have to be able to educate others within your circles. So what are the key elements of social engineering attack? Pretext: believe a story or an identity, build trust, posing as someone familiar or official, exploiting emotions. So they use fear, agents, or curiosity. Then action: you click, you send money, or you give something away. So these are the key elements of social engineering attacks. Now, we have given the examples of these scenarios where they use social engineering. Then how do you spot a social engineering attack? Like we have been talking about, number one, if it's too urgent or it's emotional, what do you have to do? You have to pause. You don't have to proceed, right? If it's too urgent and too emotional, know that you have to pause and then you think. If they are asking for sensitive information, you have to verify first. Like if they're asking you for your date of birth, they're asking you for your bank details, they're asking you for your PIN, for your phone number, you have to verify first. If you receive a message, a WhatsApp message, an email from an unusual number or from an unknown email, you have to check the official sources first. You don't have to act without checking first. Then, if the grammar is off or the tone feels weird, you have to be skeptical, because normally this is how you spot a scam. Like in the previous example that I showed you, that I highlighted, when they use the wrong spelling of internet, but they use the colors to manipulate our brain, because they know that if they use the colors within the letters and stuff, we will be quick to just, our mind is programmed to just read as internet. So you have to check the grammar, you have to check the spellings, and you also have to check the tone which they use. So if they want money right away, that's a red flag. You have to run. Then those are some of the things that happen when you are interacting with these gadgets, and these are the ways in which the cyber criminals exploit in trying to hack you before they hack your computer or your device. So right now, I think I have come to the end of my presentation. But now I need to leave something for you as psychologists, as students and lecturers. I want you to look at the psychological impact of scams. What happens after a scam? How does a person who has been scammed feel like? And how do you come in as psychology students or as psychology practitioners? This is where you come in, and this is where you have to look into and to help reduce the stigma around people who are being scammed, and the emotional damage and everything that happens to them when they are scammed. And now you also have to raise awareness about these issues. So this is my ask to you, that when you go out there, you have to provide these to the communities, to the people that you interact with, and also these are some of the topics that you have to do your research into and to look deep into. So I think I have come to the end of my presentation. So if there are questions, I would like to hear the questions from you, and over to you, coordinator.
Yes, wow, thank you so much, Mr. Marinda. This was packed, insightful, and all the good things. And to think that these are things that we come across every time, all the time we look onto most of the social media platforms. It's always this. They are always making us curious and making things urgent. Hey, click to view to see who has been viewing your profile and all that. So thank you so much for this. And I liked how you highlighted the psychological impact of being scammed. I'm sure this is this could be an interesting research area for some of us. So thank you so much for this, and I will leave time for comments and questions. So if you need to ask or if you need clarity or anything, you're welcome to just raise your hand or type in the chat, and then you can ask. But I see quite a number of comments here in the chats. I can see everybody concurs with me that this was really a very educative and eye-opening. Yes, Farisa is saying we are learning. Besides students, a lot of other people have fallen for these scams. Very educative, eye-opening. Thank you so much. This is an eye-opener, informative, very educative. Would love to have the presentation if you are comfortable sharing. All right, so I will share with you Mr. Tirivashe's contact, and then you can discuss that. Yeah.
Okay, they can have the presentation. All those who want the presentation, you can give them the presentation.
All right. So what I'll do is I will share the presentation with anyone who wants, or I will just share it in the groups. Or if you want, you can come to my inbox. Yes, I see Ethel. You can go ahead. Ethel, were you raising your hand? All right, Sematewe, you can go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Shalom. You know, I heard that cyber criminals, they don't guess passwords, they study people. Ah, that was too much. And thank you so much, Marinda, for a nice and wonderful presentation. You know, I liked how you addressed the fascinating connection between cybersecurity and also human psychology, and of course the insights on how behavioral vulnerabilities and some cognitive biases were particular in your in your presentation. They actually eye-opening. So thank you so much. And I feel like this presentation wasn't confining to students only, but to everyone. I think as someone has accumulated his knowledge on cybersecurity and the connection psychology, I'm now free from social engineers. Thank you so much, Marita, for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you for the kind words as well. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, material. Someone is asking here. I don't know who it is. They have ITEL P66. How do I identify the how do I identify the Ethernet calls and scammers?
Okay. So they're asking, how do I identify Econet calls and scammers? Thank you. So normally Econet, they use their official number, which is the 111. So whenever you get a call from 111, it's from Econet. But if you get those calls from the so-called Econet agents and stuff, you have to verify first before you do anything. You have to call the 111 number or go to the nearest Econet agents and verify, because it's easier for you to be scammed. Anyone can call you right now. I can call you and say, hi, good day. My name is Tirivashe. I'm calling you from Econet, and we have got this exciting offer that we are sending to you. So if you want the offer, can you please verify, or something like that? And then, so it's very, very advisable to only identify the 111 from Econet as their official communication platform, which they also say that they just call via the 111. I think I have answered this question.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. My question is, I've heard of, I don't know how true it is, that's why I'm asking, but I've heard that there are certain AI tools, or I don't know, some tools that will help you avoid, not really avoid, but detect scammers, maybe if you're visiting a site or something. How authentic is that?
Okay, so it's being said that there are AI tools that can be used in scam determination if you want to identify a scam. So what is happening right now with the advent of artificial intelligence? uh, AI can be used both. It can be used for good or for bad, right? So right now you can use AI facilitated or ChatGPT facilitated scams, where AI can write a perfect article or a perfect email that looks exactly like the official email from a company. So it's very difficult to use AI to detect those scams, or those scams or phishing emails and stuff. But you can also use it to verify. But what I always tell you is that you don't have to have over reliance on AI. It is something that I was talking about on a certain platform, that I was saying AI is good. I believe in technology. I love technology, but also over reliance on AI can land us into so much problems. So you have to use technology with caution. You also have to use your brains. In Shona, we used to say "Zano pangwa unirako." So whenever you use AI, you also have to use your own analysis as a human being. it's good to use AI, but at the same time, you don't have to have over reliance on AI. You have to use your brains.
All right, yes. Thank you for that. Someone here saying they are authentic tools to detect scammers, but scammers are also smart. They have some tools to counter such detects. Technology has just become dangerous. Absolutely. Yes, the presenter has articulated it very well. We are so grateful for you, Mr. Marinda. So another question that I have is, I've heard that on like when someone sends a link or something, you know how it has an HTTPS at first, what you call it, hypertext
Yes,
transfer protocol, that one. So
yeah,
I once heard that if on the link there is no S on the HTTPS, it means that I don't know, it's a
it's not
scam
secure.
or it's insecure or something. Yeah.
It's not secure. So normally when you go through those websites, these are the browsers that we have these days. So I'll give you one example of a website that is not secure. It's the ICT, the ministry, the ICT website. It is not secure. It will give you an X. So if you check on the browser, the other browsers, they will have a key, something like a key which shows that the website is secure. So the websites that have the HTTP, normally they are not secure, so they don't have the security certificates. So normally, don't put your information on websites that will tell you that this is not a secure website, but you can proceed. Then they will say, the browsers, they will ask you to proceed, but they will tell you that it's unsafe. And it's very true. Those ones, they are not safe because so many attacks can be done on that website since it's not secure. So whenever you are putting your information on such websites, you have to know that you are risking your information. So you have to be very aware or conscious about the information that you are putting there, especially putting your bank details. It's not safe there.
All right. Thank you so much for clarifying that. This was very helpful. Do we have anyone else who needs to ask, or anybody who has another contribution? All right. It looks like this was so clear that nobody has any more questions or anything, which is fine. So please, ladies and gentlemen, allow me or help me to thank Misty Marinda here for being with us today and for such an insightful presentation. Please, let's do something. Let's react. Let's comment. Let's just to show appreciation to him.
Thank you.
Fire emojis.
Thank
All
you very
right.
much. That's very informative.
Thank you. Appreciate all the info. Learned a lot.
All right. Thank you
So
for the
much.
reaction. Thank you for the reactions, and thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you for tuning in. We have another presentation, or maybe before I say that, do you have anything to say? I don't know, your last words or anything you want to say to us, Mr. Tirivashe.
Yeah, I have something that I have to tell you. So I will
All
say it in
right, please
Shona,
go
and
ahead.
I want you to remember this wherever you are. And so number one, I will say it in Shona. I don't know if there are some of us who don't understand Shona, but please, you are supposed to remember
Yes.
it as it is. Number one, Mari, I download Jewi. Anditika. Number two, Mari, I winiwi. Number three, Mari, inoshandirwa. So once wangowanika uchida kuwina mari kana kuita claim and offer yemari yakawanda, it's game over. So please make sure that you protect your mental health and also protect what you have. Neizvozvi ndinoti thank you very much.
All right. So thank you for that, Maria. I don't know. I'm not a good translator, but I hate that Maria. I download you. All right. Thank you, and special thank you to Identity Connect. They are the ones who made this happen, and it's their first ever presentation, and this was the best. I don't think there's any other presentation that would have surpassed this. So thank you so much, Identity Connect. We are very happy and we are very grateful for this. And if you're not part of the Identity Connect group, please get in touch with me. It's just a group mainly steered by students. So yeah, someone is saying, yeah, but take home message, mapedzera, mari haidownloadiwe, mari haidownloadwe. Thank you for the feedback. So otherwise, that's all from me. Let's meet again tomorrow. We have a presentation by Prof. Sirima on autism. So please do join us. Otherwise, thank you for joining us today. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Good
Thanks,
night.
guys. Bye.
Hey there, students. Welcome to Identity Connect, home of all students. Brought to you by Identity Consultancy. We know that university life can be overwhelming, but we're here to help. Identity Connect is a platform designed to bring you closer to your peers, mentors, and resources. Through Identity Connect, you'll be able to connect with fellow students who share similar interests, get guidance from experienced mentors, access valuable resources to support your academic journey. Whether you're looking for study buddies, seeking advice, or just want to stay updated on campus events, Identity Connect is here for you. So, what are you waiting for? Join Identity Connect today and start building your community. With different identities, we are connected. Thanks for watching. Hey there, students. Welcome to Identity Connect. Join Identity Connect today and start building your community. With different identities, we are connected. Thanks for watching. Hey there, students. Welcome to Identity Connect, home of all. Join Identity Connect today and start building your community. With different identities, we are connected. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Identity Consultancy, passionate about your mental health. At Identity, we believe that your mental well-being is the key to a happier, healthier life. We're excited to announce our new feature, the Membership Library Resources. As a member, you'll gain exclusive access to a curated collection of tools, research articles, and support materials designed to empower your career journey. Getting started is simple. Visit our membership page. To make a payment, choose your preferred annual membership subscription package, then select a payment gateway, PayPal or bank. Then submit. When you choose bank, there are more options. Our banking details are provided. Alternatively, you can use our EcoCash biller code. On your phone, dial *153, *3 *1 *062974, then the amount, then hush. Complete your payment, then send as your proof of payment. Once your payment is completed and approved, you will receive a message of confirmation. Finally, use your login details to access the library, your personal resource hub for mental health support and information. For any questions or further assistance, please contact us using the details provided. Hey there, students. Welcome. Join Identity Connect today and start building your community. With different identities, we are connected. Thanks for watching.